I'm looking at the game of Fabi and Maxine. H4 is sacrificed upon by Fabi. Followed it up. Let's just go back for just this moment. D7, D6. Please do me the favor of capturing and developing my knight. No, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to offer your pawn instead. Takes H5. And I'm looking at this position. I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, how much these top grandmasters have to study, because imagine MVL, who's a Najdorf player, and the reams of analysis that he has to have at his fingertips.
And always remember
the Grunfelds. And now I don't even know what this opening is called. What is this opening called, by the way?
Well, it's
it's called, here goes,
English opening, Great Snake. I am so happy you asked. I had no idea, and now I know, and I'm much the happier for it.
Great Snake.
Great Snake.
I don't know, but it sounds like a new course is coming out. And what did you recommend in the Great Snake after H5, Peter?
I am consulting with my friends who actually have access to my course right now. I just finished typing.
What did I say? What have I recommended in my course?
Yeah, there's no way I can remember, obviously.
Right.
It's been a couple of years.
Well, but Peter,
I'm pretty sure it's a 65. You can't really...
I mean, you're an author of this, and imagine, like they're involved, but now they're deeply involved, right? And they have to know.
Yeah.
I mean, because the outcome of the tournament hangs in the balance.
Yeah, I'm laughing here, but it's an actual problem. If you haven't repeated this today, and of the two, I'm pretty sure Fabi has, and MVL probably hasn't.
Right.
Judging by the timings, because MVL started thinking actually already somewhere around maybe knight c3, castles, bishop b3. He wasn't as certain.
Yeah.
So Peter, if you remember in your analysis, does black usually accept h5 pawn take?
This is what I had a feeling I wasn't taking on e6, but I'm kind of torn here because seriously, I have a very strong impression I was playing queen e7. But this screen shouts at me that I'm wrong,
right?
Which is why I'm kind of second-guessing myself. But I'm pretty certain I wasn't taking. I'm pretty certain I was doing something like this, and I was trying to play knight g7, knight e5, and
as quickly as possible.
Find counterplay along these lines. But because of the fact that I have this screen telling me I'm an idiot,
right.
I am very...
You're scared.
Very much unsure.
Okay, but the current position, because you were about to take us through e6, e5.
I think this needs to be chased away. Also,
right.
we need to have access. I think
a crucial defender.
Mainly we need to have access to bishop b5. Bishop
okay.
f5. It can go to any square. Like knight
F3.
c2, knight c2 makes sense. Knight d2 with the idea of playing knight g3 makes sense.
Knight f3.
Knight f3, knight g5 makes sense.
I like knight f3. Let's go.
Apparently, maybe even strictly the only move here is g8.
Nazi.
Well, sort of makes sense because if you do something like this,
this is what I wanted,
and it lands on g5,
and coupled with bishop d3 as well.
Yeah,
right?
bishop d. Even something kind of very straightforward like this is unbelievably dangerous.
Yeah, borderline
with knight h4
checkmate.
coming in. Yeah, it's for one pawn. If white had to give up a piece here, it would be a very different scenario. But it's one pawn. We're ready to play queen d2, castle long. We really have not given up enough to not be ecstatically happy about this with white.
Exactly.
So you go gh, if you take on h5 with the rook, we will play knight f6, and then perhaps either knight g4, maybe in some cases e5, e4, d6, d5, cutting off any bishop d3 ideas for the future. So rook h5 I think is a bit naive. You should do something else, perhaps bishop d3. We play knight f6, knight g5. This needs to be analyzed.
Yeah, I want to play bishop g4 because I don't like allowing knight g5.
If you play bishop g4,
queen c2.
Just queen c2, I'll get my knight g5 in eventually, unless you want to play h6, but h6 looks slow more than anything else. And also bishop h7, bishop h7, knight h4 might just be winning by force. Yeah. No, this is a very, very difficult position to navigate. So yeah, if MVL is having to do it kind of on his own,
good luck with that.
Yeah, we're taking Fabi here.
Yeah, right.
In that case, we're taking Fabi here because, as is, we're coming back to that idea time and time again in these types of situations. It's just a lot easier a lot more fun and a lot easier to attack than to defend in positions like this because...
Well, Nazi, as you were telling me in an earlier broadcast, on the show. You like the dynamic play of giving up a pawn, and in this position, with your rook already on h1, and you don't have to be a great attacker to see that you're creating a weakness on g6, as well as opening up the h-file, and that whole line that we've just been discussing of playing g6 takes h5. We understand how we get here. Then you say, okay, well, things are really going in my favor. Let's do bishop to d3.
And both of these players have played every Superbet Classic in Romania.
Well, you made that sound like over the decades,
It's only
4 years, because we have had the Grand Chess Tour go all over, from Norway to Leuven.
And players have
and I have developments.
Yes,
because I can reach out to people who can help me out with my faulty memory. And this is kind of sad, because I could have gotten a proper lecture in, and I didn't manage to. I remembered I was playing Queen e7 somewhere, but I got it wrong. I was playing Queen e7 here. Because the idea is, we want to be taking with the bishop. We don't want to touch the f7 pawn with our hands at all. This is the point. And h takes. This is slightly different, because now after e6, we preserve the integrity of the king's side a lot better. The h-pawn is already gone, and the pawn stays on h7. And this is just completely fine now. This is not the critical try. The critical try, this is a fun position to analyze. H takes, f takes. There's this move, for instance, trying to play bishop c4 check.
Wow.
I remember having a lot of fun analyzing this. I think my cutoff was here. I think I got to this position in the course, gave a move of some description for black, and said, sort of, good luck to you.
Dynamically equal.
It's actually, it starts by saying white is better, but it's not by much, and I'm pretty sure you can play this position. I'm pretty sure this is not, I did check. Like, whenever I got the positions like this in the course, I never kind of waved them off. I didn't really send people off to play an unclear, dangerous position with no guidance. I have a feeling I was playing a5 here, but maybe just knight f5 on knight d7. This is very dangerous.
Yes,
but
it's a challenge.
But importantly, I wasn't actually playing d6 because of e6. And this explains the pause from Fabi. I was trying to understand why Fabi didn't play d6 immediately.
Immediately, right.
Because d6 is not the main move here.
Right, he was rechecking his analysis of
Queen e7, I'm pretty sure, is actually more precise, because we're playing d6 next move. We're never taking on e5. We're not planning to take anyway. But we do want to take some sting out of the idea of playing e5, e6. And now it's dangerous for MVL.